Well, it's 3 o'clock on Christmas Day, and as we all know, it's time for the Queen's speech. And we thought we'd bring you the Green speech. And I think at this time, our beloved Queen has a chat with you for 5 minutes. So I've got my timer, I'm going to set it for 5 minutes. And I'm going to talk and see how far we get. So we've been running My Zero Waste for 6 months now. And it all started with, how did it start? With 3 things. It started with an awareness of what was going on in the environment, and then we read Mrs. A's blog, The Rubbish Diet, and were very inspired by what she was doing. And then finally we read an article on the effects of plastic on marine life and how it was devastating the animals and the wildlife and the state of the oceans. And that's what spurred us on to start our own blog. And on the blog we talk a load of rubbish, but it would appear that about 16,000 of you every month are interested in coming to hear what we have to say. So there's interest that's growing all the time in this subject. Oh, actually, I'm supposed to have my crown on as soon as I'm the Queen. Hang on a minute. This is the nearest I could find because I couldn't find my crown or my jewels. So we've gone from producing about 150 litres every week of rubbish to less than 100 grams, which I can hold here usually, most weeks. And we've done that gradually because it's very difficult to do these things overnight. And it's grown really with an awareness of what happens to our packaging once we've finished with it. And the majority of it was going into the landfill, where I didn't even think about it, out of sight, out of mind. But now what we're trying to do is recycle what we can, reuse what we can, and compost what we can. And it does mean that we're left with just a minimal amount of stuff. Now, before we started this challenge, I was a stuff girl. I like my gadgets and my appliances, bits to plug into the computer and things to put in the car and appliances to put on my kitchen work surfaces. I loved it all. I could have written Stuff magazine. I used to love Stuff magazine. But then I think having a child kind of changes things a little bit, and you realise that once you're 6 foot under, our little bundles of joy still have to live on the planet. They still need resources, and they still deserve a healthy and safe place to live. And as Mr. Green said to me the other day, we live in a consumer society where we are enchanted and bewitched by all these things that I used to be enchanted and bewitched by: the gadgets, the appliances, the clothes, the shoes, the handbags, the hats, the feather boas, all that stuff. And it's designed to look great in the shops. The marketing is massive, millions of billions of pounds spent on the psychology of marketing so that we walk into the shops and we want the stuff. But the thing is, we get it home and it's kind of exciting for a bit. It is exciting, we get that fixed, we get that hit. But then there's Miss Little Catascreen giving her Christmas message there. But then the kind of sparkle, it fades and it's not so cool anymore. And there's a new model out, or there's a different colour out, or we just don't like it anymore. So it ends up in the landfill or given away to somebody else. The packaging's long gone. All that plastic, all that polystyrene has disappeared, out of sight, out of mind. We've thrown it away. And our mantra for the site at the moment is, there is no such place as a way. And I think if we have a message as a family to give everybody from what we've learned over the past 6 months, it's to remember that there is no such place as a way. That this is my thing. It's either a landfill site, or it's an incinerator, or it's a ship to China, or it's the ocean floor. A way doesn't exist. And what we're finding is that Mrs. A's got thousands of people following her every month, and Tracy's got her blog, we've got ours, there are people in America doing their stuff. So the other thing we want to say to you is to never lose hope and to never focus on what you're not doing and what you feel you can't do and what you feel is out of your control. Forget all that stuff. Look at what you can do, because thousands of us all doing a little bit can add up to a lot of change.